Harlow, July 2013. What are the main challenges for you as leader of the council?
The main challenges at the moment, like most local authorities, I think will be balancing the books. I mean, obviously yesterday we saw the spending review for the 2015 onwards. As a local authority, which is one of the smallest local authorities in the country, obviously we've suffered very poorly from the government in our grants. We've suffered a 27% cut over the last 2 years. Over the next 2 years, we've got a further 27% cut to come. And the Chancellor Exchequer has then put another 10% from 2015 onwards. That's had a real strain. The real challenge for us as a council is to try and deliver services on our dwindling grants from central government. We've got less and less money to play with, and we obviously want to try and deliver as much as possible. That's a real challenge to the council. The other real challenge we've got is the need for growth. Harlow is a growing community, a growing town. We're now kind of fourth generation kind of issue. We now have quite an horrendous waiting list. Harlow needs more housing, but more importantly, it needs more council housing. We need more houses for rent. So the real issue is to try and protect the much loved green areas, the green wedges that Harlow people seem to enjoy, but at the same time try to get Harlow to go bigger, to get the infrastructure, to get the much needed housing that we need.
So when the government, like what has happened in the spending review, do you have to how do you respond? Do you just have to take it lying down saying, that's that?
Certainly not. We'd certainly lobby through our MP as a local council the way we've been treated. We actually feel in Harlow we've been actually worse treated than most local authorities. If you look at the areas of provision across the whole of the South East, Harlow really should be getting more money from central government. We've actually taken one of the worst budget cuts than any local authority in the South East and anywhere else. No, we certainly don't take it laying down. We need to put pressure on central government. We need to lobby. We need to make sure our case is heard.
And so to the man on the street, what are the mechanics of doing that? You know, is it working through an MP? Is it working from the council to the relevant government? How's that done?
Mainly we do it through the relevant officers. We ask them and we put forward relevant cases to the actual relevant departments of central government. We argue our case directly to them. On the odd occasion we will ask, we'll either go and visit ministers or ministers when they can come here. We will put our case forward in that kind of manner.
And again, people, the parameters, your Harlow District Council, your relationship with Essex County Council, what's the relationship there? Is it a good relationship?
It's a working relationship. Obviously, we have to work across the political divide, but I think on the whole it is quite a good working relationship. I have no issue at all as a Labour leader to go and meet Conservative leaders of Essex County Council. I put our case forward, they listen to our case, and we make sure all the time that Harlow is well treated by Essex County Council. Potholes is a classic example. As a local authority, we get lots and lots of issues from residents regarding potholes, which is really a county council issue. We're continually talking on issues like that to the county council. We have to put politics to one side sometimes for the sake of the town and make sure that some of these jobs are getting done.
Going back to the economy, I went for a meeting at the Citizens Advice Bureau on Monday morning.
Okay.
40 people queuing outside at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning. Is that in many ways the state of Harlow in 2013?
I think it's a way that Harlow certainly seems to be going, and it's a very worrying trend that people are having to try to take advice from Citizens Advice Bureau. Yeah, it's a real concern. Obviously, what people have seen earlier this year is the things like the bedroom tax cut in. We have over 5,000 residents in Harlow that are now receiving council tax bills for the first time. It's quite a high level. The grant that we've got from Essex County Council doesn't cover a fraction of that kind of money. I understand, and the council understands, there's a lot of people out there that have got a lot of financial concerns at the moment, and yes, we are really concerned about that.
Again, walking around the town, Water Gardens, here we are, it is a lovely area, but you go around near the market square and that row of empty shops, that's not a good sign for Harlow, is it?
Certainly not. Why empty shops is, I think, a disease that the whole country is suffering from at the moment. Harlow, yes, particularly to the south of Harlow, is suffering from those kind of issues. We're hoping to bring some kind of regeneration plans forward. Whilst I've been talking negatively about the challenges that face us, and that's probably the bad news and certain cuts we may have to make, we've also got the growth kind of areas that we want to look at. We want to look at regeneration of the town centre. Yes, we do have a nice half of the town centre, and yes, we do have a half of the town centre that badly needs some regeneration. It's a real issue for the town.
What are you most excited about and what's in the developments around the town?
One of the real factors that I think we're really excited about is certainly the latest announcement we've made on a £100 million investment in council housing. We're quite proud of the fact in Harlow that we have our own council stock. We're really proud that we have council tenants. We want to keep our council tenants, and we're really excited that we're going to put up the biggest ever investment into council housing, delivering decent homes in the next 5 or 10 years. We're really excited about that. We really think that's a good way forward. We're also recently celebrating becoming a living wage council. That may not mean a lot to a lot of people, but it's a stepping stone to try and roll that out across the whole community. We realise there's a lot of people in this town that are on low wages. We realise there's a lot of people in this town trying to look for jobs. To become a living wage council and to try and get that out into the community is something we're really excited about, and something we feel is a real way forward.
As a small business ourselves, we're encouraged by going to things like the Harlow Business Exhibition and the different, like the Chamber of Commerce. And the statistics regarding the increased amount of start-up businesses. So you must be encouraged as well in Harlow that there is a business community out there who's expanding.
Definitely, not just on the small business side, which is really important. The small businesses keep this country going. And I've seen statistics to prove that. But also, don't forget, Harlow is one of only 2 local authorities in the whole southeast of this country that's soon to become an enterprise zone. We are hoping that will bring thousands of much needed jobs into Harlow, but we have to attract the business in to do that. But to attract more business into Harlow, we're going to have to prove to these businesses that we've got the infrastructure. We need things like the M11 link, the new M11 junction. We need some better road mapping across the whole town. We need better public transport facilities across the whole town. So business is really crucial to that, and we are quite proud of the things like the Enterprise Hub at Temple Fields. We have a fantastic Enterprise Hub now at the Pinnacles, which I've recently done an article on, starting new businesses off at cheap rates of rent for their properties to let them build their business up. Kind of thing that I think Harlow Council should be more involved in. We are involved in there now, but I think we need to grow that. Small businesses are, I think, are the focus of businesses in the town.
Are you proud to be from Harlow?
I'm very much proud to be of Harlow. I was born in Harlow, and one of the things I'm really proud about, I wasn't actually born in Harlow Hospital. I was born at home, like a lot of people in the 1960s, and I was born in the ward that I represent, and that's a real fact that I'm proud of. I'm proud of I've worked in Harlow all my life. I've been educated in Harlow, and I've never moved out of the town, and I'm really proud to be the leader of the council at the moment.
Mark, thank you very much.
Okay.